This is the new Voigtlander 21mm f1.4 NOKTON lens for Leica mount. I think Voigtlander called it a VM mount, but it's a Leica M mount basically lens. Now I can't find any reviews online on this, so I think this is going to be one of the first reviews on this lens on an M mount camera. Now this is a new lens, like I said, from Voigtlander. Now it is designed for the Leica M mount, but you can adapt it for other lenses. I know a lot of people use adapters and they do use them on Sony E mount, and you can put this on an L mount camera with the Leica L mount adapter. So it'd be quite interesting to see what this lens is. Now we're going to do an unboxing, talk about the lens, and then in a couple of weeks, after I've used it for a couple of weeks, I will give you my thoughts of the lens and give you some sample photos. But I wanted to get this video out quite quick because I want you guys to ask me some questions if there's anything you want me to test with this lens. Now, do you want me to test this lens on the S1R, which is a 47 megapixel camera, or do you want me to test video with this? Because I can test 5.9K or 6K video on my S1H. I'm not sure many people want to see the Leica mount lenses tested for video and high resolution photos on a different camera. These lenses are designed for the M mount system, and that's where they perform their best. But if you guys want me to test it for video and also test it for high resolution photos, let me know and I will include that in my review. That's why I always do these short videos, is to give you guys an opportunity to ask me questions on this lens. So hopefully I'll be able to get an EVF from my M10 next week, so that I can actually use the EVF and shoot this instead of using the live view on the back. I don't really want to use a live view on an M10, but if it comes down to it, I'd have to. I'll probably frame it up in the live view and then focus with the rangefinder part. But I'm going to give you a review on the M10 and the M6. Now the M6 will probably be more of a guesstimate. I can use that to focus with the rangefinder, but I won't know where the frame lines are because this doesn't go up to 21mm. So I will shoot some film with this lens as well and see what it's like. So this is a 21mm f1.4. So in New Zealand, the Leica version of this, which is the 21mm Summilux, is 5 times the price of this. And this lens actually is available at ProGear. ProGear is the distributor for Voigtlander as well, and they actually do have this lens in stock now. So if you do like this lens, you do want to check out the lens, head over to their website. It's progear.co.nz. A link to their website will be down below in the description, so you can actually check the lens out. They have the full range of Voigtlander lenses there as well, and they have a nice range of Leica as well. Some nice Leica stuff there, second-hand and new. So don't go in there with your credit card because you'll probably end up spending way too much money. So there it is in the box. Now the packaging is very boring. They never look finished. It looks like somebody's opened it and played around with it. So, oh, that's a heavy lens. Well, there's the lens and there's the hood. Now I know this has quite a unique hood to this lens. So, okay, let's take that out. Wow, that's got some weight. That is a big lens. I don't know if you can see that. That is a really, really big lens. That's almost Noctilux size. 50mm Noctilux size. That is a very heavy lens too. Not as heavy. Noctilux is notoriously very heavy. And then it has this quite unique hood, which is like that. You can see it. Actually quite a unique looking hood. Yeah. Okay, now this is a Voigtlander lens and it's made in the Castina factory, which also makes Zeiss lenses as well. Is it Zeiss lenses? I think they make Zeiss lenses. If I'm wrong, I'm sure one of you will let me know down below in the comment section, but I do think they make Zeiss lenses as well. It's f1.4 all the way up to f16. There's really nice tight aperture ring. Now over the years, Voigtlander lenses have been getting better and better, and they're getting closer and closer to Leica lenses. Leica always have the edge, I will be honest with you. There is something very special about Leica glass, and that's why you pay that money, you pay that premium. But for some people, it's not worth that money, to be truthful. For me, I don't think I'd use a 21mm very often. So spending 10,000 New Zealand dollars on a 21mm f1.4 would just seem crazy to me because I wouldn't use it that much. I'd rather spend it on a lens I would use more. It has a 62mm front filter thread, and there's a nice gasket around the lens, if you can see it. There's actually a nice gasket around there. Again, this is a 1.4 NOKTON lens. It's like an M mount. A beautiful piece of glass, and the focus on these lenses is just beautiful. They're so smooth and they last a long time. Voigtlander lenses are really good value for money because they last you a very long time. The closest focusing on this lens is 0.5 or 50 centimeters, which is quite close. Most Leica lenses are around at 0.7, 70 centimeters. So this can focus quite close. Now the nice thing about this lens, if you zone focus, which basically means you set up your focus point. Basically, if you keep this at f8 and you have it 1 meter, it goes from 1 meter to infinity is in focus at f8, which is quite nice for street photography. I'm not sure how good this would be for street photography. I think it's a bit too wide, but the fact that I can shoot at f8 in the day and anything from 1 meter to infinity is in focus, it's just crazy. That could be quite handy actually. That could be a nice lens for street photography. And then you've got your lens hood, which is there. Now it's quite a big lens hood. Now I'll put this on the M10 so you can see how big it is. There. Wow. That's a big lens. That is really big. Does it sit okay? There you go. Oh. It's actually so big it makes the camera point up in the air a little bit. Viewfinder. It takes up about 1/4 of the viewfinder. So that's how big a lens it is. But with live view that could work quite well. Now like I said, the aperture ring is really nice on this. It's got a really nice clicky aperture ring, very easy to get even with that hood on there. And the hood looks quite nice. It's actually quite a nice lens. I'm going to be really interested to see how good this is, because this could be a lens I would keep, especially for architecture or cityscapes or something just that really crazy wide, not too wide. So there it is on the M10. As you can see, that is a really big lens. That actually looks like a Noctilux on there. So what I want you guys to do is let me know what you want me to include in my review. This gives you an opportunity to ask me to include some stuff in my review, which will be done in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go out and shoot with this lens at night and in the daytime. I'll shoot at 1.4. I shoot for all the different apertures, but a lot of it will probably be at 1.4 because there's no point in buying a 1.4 lens if you're not going to shoot at 1.4. So again, if you've got any questions, if there's anything you want to know about the lens, you want me to test about the lens, let me know in the comment section and I will include that in my video. And remember to subscribe because you get a notification when this video comes out. I don't think anybody's actually tested this, especially not on a Leica camera. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this lens performs. As always, thank you so much for watching.